Hello friends, good morning all of you. Here I am Gadekar Sachin Pandit. Today we are discuss new chapter such as PMR spectroscopy. Okay, so in this chapter we are discuss first introduction of PR spectroscopy, then basic principle of PMR spectroscopy, magnetic nuclei and non-magnetic nuclei, then nuclear excitation, generation of energy levels in PMR spectroscopy. Okay, basic principle. Okay, in the PMR spectroscopy, we use a proton. Okay, so these atoms that possesses a magnetic moment. Okay, suppose nucleus of an atom is positively charged and contains protons and neutrons. You know neutrons is electrically neutral and hence we use a protons only or discuss only in protons. Like this, electrons, the nuclei of atoms also spin about the axis, and the spinning of the positively charged nuclei generates a magnetic field and it's directed along the axis. Okay, so this nuclei acts like a small magnet or tiny magnet. Okay, individual protons and neutrons have spin quantum number such as plus one half and plus and minus one half. Okay, plus or minus one half. So therefore, depending on the number of nucleons present in nucleus, such as proton or neutron. Okay, so nuclei also possesses spin quantum number I. Spin quantum number is denoted by I. If I is equal to 0, they are magnetically inactive. So if I spin quantum number is greater than 0, they magnetically active. So here the interaction between materials and electromagnetic radiation, nuclei are positively charged and spin on axis. Okay, so they create small magnetic field. Okay, so if they are not generate or not create a magnetic field, so they are not suitable for NMR or not NMR active. Okay, so all nuclei are not suitable in NMR. Okay, so those are suitable. So spin quantum number I is greater than 0. Okay, so here H1 and C13 are the most important NMR active nuclei in organic chemistry. Why? Because they are NMR active, because it's natural abundance. Okay, so H1 NMR is 99.9% its natural abundance, but in C13, okay, so C13 nuclei is near about 1.1% natural abundance. Okay, so this is the very low natural abundance in C13 NMR, but in H1 NMR, so 99.9%, so high percent of natural abundance, and they are NMR active. Okay, but C12, its natural abundance is 98.9%, but they are not NMR active. Why? Because its spin quantum number is equal to 0. Okay, so first spin quantum number is greater than 0, they are NMR active. So next basic principle, suppose here the nuclei of all possesses a nuclear quantum number. It's represented by I. If I is greater than 0 or they are magnetically active. They are generate electromagnetic field. Okay, so they are always plus minus one half, not equal to 0. They are magnetically active. Only nuclei with spin quantum number I is greater than 0 can absorb or emit electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so here even atomic mass or even atomic number and its I spin quantum number is equal to 0 and they are not NMR active. Example C12 C412 carbon. Okay, so oxygen atomic number 8, it's E1 and its mass number also 16 E1. Okay, so E1 atomic mass and E1 atomic number, its spin quantum number I is equal to 0 and they are NMR inactive. Example C4H12 C, oxygen 816, its E1 atomic mass number, E1 atomic number and E1 mass number. So even atomic mass and odd atomic number, even atomic mass and even atomic number, they are inactive, but even atomic mass and odd atomic number, its spin I is integral, such as 1, 2, 3, and they are also magnetically active. But odd atomic mass and odd its atomic number, so its half integrals such as 1 half, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, etc. Okay, so its half integral such as h1, c13, n15, p31, these are the I is equal to half integral and they are NMR active. Okay, so spinning nuclei possesses nuclear moment, proton and charge, and so associated with magnetic moment. Okay, shown in figure. So this is the proton spin to produce a magnetic moment and it's represented by mu. Okay, so this mu is equal to gamma into proton. So this gamma is nothing but a gyromagnetic ratio. So here magnetic nuclei or non-magnetic nuclei. Okay, suppose mass number odd and atomic number even or odd. If mass number odd and atomic number even or odd, its spin quantum number always half integral. Okay, and those are magnetically active. Okay, so example H1, C13, F19, P31. Okay, so these mass number are odd and its atomic number is even. H1, its mass odd. Okay, so if mass number even and atomic number odd, then its spin quantum number integral 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they are also magnetically active. Suppose deuterated nuclei D2 N14. Okay, so this is the even mass number and odd its atomic number, so they are also magnetically active. But even mass number, even atomic number, its spin quantum number is equal to 0, such as barium 4 and 8. Its atomic number 4 and its mass number 8, they are magnetically inactive. Its mass number also E1 and atomic number are also E1. So its spin quantum number is equal to 0 and they are magnetically inactive. Suppose carbon C6 at C612, its mass number 12 is E1 and its atomic number 6 is also E1. E1 atomic number, E1 mass number, it's magnetically inactive. Odd mass number and even or odd atomic number, they are magnetically active. Mass number even and atomic number odd, so those are the magnetically active. But even mass, even atomic number, it's magnetically inactive. Okay, so this is the magnetic active or non-magnetic active. Okay, so here nuclear excitation or generation of energy level. Okay, so this in this figure, proton or nucleus surrounding the its surrounding, moving around itself, spin state of nucleus are quantified such as I is equal to I or I minus 1, I minus 2 or minus I. Okay, so here I is equal to 1 by 2, example hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen in place external magnetic field. Okay, so B0 is the applied magnetic field, external magnetic field, and mu is the magnetic field, generated magnetic field its own. Okay, so these moves surrounding to forms it generate a magnetic field. Suppose we apply external magnetic field and it spin one half or plus one half. Okay, so they split lower energy to higher energy level. Okay, so plus half and excited minus half. So these energy difference we calculate delta E equal to h mu is equal to h b0 upon 2 mu. B0 is the applied magnetic field, external magnetic field. Okay, so this energy difference we can calculate by using delta E is equal to h mu, and h mu is equal to hb0 divided by 2 2 mu. So it is generated magnetic field. So nuclear excitation, generation of energy level. Okay, so suppose this is the nuclei and these nuclei placed in external magnetic field with electromagnetic radiation, IR radiation, to generate two states A and B. Okay, so A and B, A is the E1 and E2 is the B. Okay, so these lower energy to higher energy. Okay, so these energy difference we can calculate delta E is equal to h mu by using this equation. Okay, delta E is equal to h mu is equal to h applied magnetic field B0 upon 2 mu. Mu is the generated magnetic field. Okay, so number of orientation for H, number of orientation of proton can be calculated by using a 2L plus 1, by using equation 2L plus 1. L, sorry, not L, it's I, spin quantum number. Okay, 2I plus 1. I is the spin quantum number. Okay, 2 into 1 half plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so there are spin quantum, different spin quantum number to generate a different spin state. Okay, so number of orientation we calculate 2I plus 1. Okay, here we use a hydrogen, and hydrogen its spin quantum number is 1 half, and its spin state is the 2. So in this figure, okay, upper figure, spin spin orientation is randomly arranged. Okay, so second figure, spin pair, okay, align with, pair with, okay. So in the ground state all nuclear spin are disorder in first figure. Okay, all ground state nuclear spin are disorder, and there is no energy difference B since they have a magnetic moment. Okay, so when we apply a strong external magnetic field, that is B0 or H0. Okay, so they either aligns, okay, either against or with, means it's align with the applied magnetic field or apply opposite field. Okay, so pair with or oppose with. Okay, so when we apply a strong external magnetic field, they orient either against or align with. Okay, so there is always a small excess of nuclei, population excess. Okay, so aligned with the field and then pointing against it between. Okay, so pointing against it between them, pair them. Okay, so they are degenerate. Okay, so this is the basic principle. First, in ground state they are disorder, but we apply external magnetic field, they align with or opposite with each other. Okay, so this is the effect of applied magnetic field. Okay, so the energy difference between aligned and opposed to the external magnetic field, what happen if energy difference between aligned and opposed to the external magnetic field B0 is generally small and it is dependent upon applied magnetic field. Suppose if applied magnetic field and generated magnetic field increase, okay, so it means it oppose. Okay, so if energy decrease, it means electrons align with. Okay, so applied electromagnetic radiation or radio waves causes the spin to flip. The nuclei are said to be in resonance with B0, and this energy we can calculate delta E equal to H mu, and H mu is equal to H B0 upon 2 mu. Okay, so applied magnetic field divided by generated magnetic field. So here summary in this lecture, NMR active nuclei. Which one is the NMR active? Okay, so it depends on nuclear spin quantum number. NMR active or inactive molecules or atoms is depends on the nuclear spin quantum number I. Okay, atomic mass and atomic number, it depends on atomic mass and atomic number. So number of spin state calculate by using 2I plus 1. Number of spin state calculate by using the formula 2I plus 1. So number of possible energy levels calculate in this formula. Okay, so even mass nuclei, even mass number that have even number of neutrons have. Okay, so its I is equal to 0, spin quantum number 0, and its NMR inactive. even mass nuclei and even atomic number. Okay, even mass, even atomic number, its spin quantum number I is equal to 0, and these are in NMR inactive. So even mass nuclei that have odd number of neutrons have an integer spin quantum number, that is I is equal to 1, 2, 3, and this is the IR NMR active. Okay, so odd mass nuclei have half integral spin. Odd mass nuclei have half integral spin quantum number, and they are also IR active. Okay, so I is equal to 1 half, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, etc. This is the IR active. Even mass number, even atomic number, this is the NMR inactive. But even mass number, odd atomic number, its integral value, and they are active. If odd mass nuclei, odd atomic number, it's also half integral value. I is half integral value, and they are IR active. Suppose I is equal to 1 half in presence of H. Okay, C13, F19, P31, and this is the IR active. Suppose I is equal to 1, H2, N14. Okay, so these molecules I spin quantum number is 1, and these are also IR active. Suppose second, I equal to 3 by 2, N15. So these are also IR active. But I equal to 0, carbon 12, even mass number. Okay, as well as even atomic number. Okay, C6H12. Oxygen 8 atomic number and mass number 16. So even atomic number and even mass number 12, C6O8, 16, these are NMR inactive. Okay, so next lecture we are discuss a instrumentation of NMR. Then we discuss number of PMR signal, how many signals are show compound, and then position of PMR signal, shielding and deshielding. Okay, so now we are stop here. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.